Open rolling. Welcome to Weekend Sports Betting Tips. My name is John Tooch. You call me Tooch. I got Mr. Sean Higgs, Anthony from PoundedSports.com. We're going to talk all about this weekend's football action and give out some free plays. How about a little, anything you guys want to talk about from last week, Sean?
We're going to talk about the Bears, how Tampa Bay looked. We're going to talk about your Bears. Your Bears over here. Barroom people. I don't know. We can talk about
we'll do that at the end of the show.
Football. Colorado football is a good one to go about.
Oh, your favorite team.
Colorado.
That's your favorite team.
Coach
you
Prime.
didn't wear your Coach Prime jersey.
I didn't. I got my glasses too. I should have brought. How about we could talk about McVay and if a fix is in. If you got 7.5 instead of 6.5 on the opener.
That's the big one. That's the big one right there. What? His explanation sucked too. It's like, what? I was unaware of that. Bullshit.
In college, I think they're more aware because you got boosters. So, like, you want your freaking no money, you better pour it on. Like we saw that in Penn State, like in week 1, right? They punch in an extra touchdown, 4 seconds left, and we're going for it, like to cover a number, like crushes.
Iowa did it last week too.
Right? I mean, you see that more in college. NFL, dude, let's be honest. San Fran kicks your butt. They put up 30 on you all the time. You're getting mauled. Yeah, I just want to put a field goal up to piss people off. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I don't think you're saying, what was the line today? I think it's like, you know what? Whatever. I'm getting my kicker out there. Just kick it. Let's see if you can hit a 46-yarder. Let's go. I mean, college, I think they know more simply because you have the boosters in the year, especially now, no money, and the booster cash is allowed. So, yeah, that's NFL. No. It's like they're making billions of dollars they need yet. Come on, folks. So we stop. Just stop betting. Stop. I know you just found it like 3 weeks ago. Like, look at this. I know all about football. I could bet game. No, just stop with your nonsense, people.
I still make the same mistakes over and over again, Anthony. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, but I still make this. Why did I bet that? Wow, that's so dumb. It's the same mistake.
But that's different by saying it's fixed, though, too.
No, I know.
Every time he loses, say you lose one game yesterday. He went 5-1, hypothetically. He went 5-1. I shouldn't have bet that game. I knew I shouldn't have bet that game. Every time.
No, you can't think that way.
Will you stop?
I know.
For 2 years.
Embrace your losers. You're going to have losers. You can't think that way. Because everything's
you bet it for a reason.
It's a fluke play, Tooch. Come on.
You bet it for a reason. I would say you're right. You're right. You should never have bet it. That was dumb. That was the dumbest thing you've ever done. Just like you did yesterday. The dumbest thing.
We got four games tonight. We got Wisconsin up 14-3 on Purdue right now. North Carolina State and Virginia no score. First quarter, but second quarter for Wisconsin Purdue. All right. Why don't we just jump right into it? Yeah. We got Ole Miss number 15. There's 2 top 15 teams here. A little SEC.
Whiskey's
West.
going in again here? Wow. I like Purdue here. But anyway, I've just seen they're going in, I say.
What do you like about them?
Risky ranked, right? I mean, they lost last week, but they was like, well, look at this. We have a new head coach. We're going to be really good. We could maybe win and then you go on the road as a fave. You get beat up. And now you
Purdue's
come as like
terrible.
They are, but yet they were a 6-point favorite. It came down to 5, by the way. It came down to 5 with a team that lost its coach, Wisconsin. Everything. They lost everybody on that team. And yet
Wisconsin,
it's a 5.
There's nothing to brag about Wisconsin, but Purdue's terrible. I watched that Syracuse-Purdue game last week. It was brutal. Brutal.
Why is the line 5?
I took the under in this one in a teaser, and it's not looking so good.
Why is the line 5?
I don't know. People are giving too much credit to Purdue at home. That's why.
I got the over in this one in a teaser. All right.
Let's go.
Alabama, Ole Miss. Alabama's defensive coordinator is now the defensive coordinator on Ole Miss. Alabama goes back to John Milroe. Milroe could do some damage on the ground. He's not the best thrower of the football. Jackson Dart, 136 yards rushing last week. He's the signal caller for Ole Miss. Quinton Judkins banged up, so Jackson Dart ran it up. But, man, give me 7 points in this game. I kind of like Ole Miss in this one. Sean, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that a total overreaction from a terrible game from Alabama. This line was like a 14-ish in an opener kind of spot. It reopens at a touchdown because of two backup quarterbacks. The fact that he didn't even get in that game, like they can't do anything and they don't put their number one starter in. I was doing just like,
yeah.
Maybe he had like a suspension that game. Maybe he did something like, you know what? No, you're not playing today. Like whatever, make team infraction. You don't know. The fact that he didn't even get in the game and you're clawing to barely escape
to USF.
There's something a lot more bigger than, oh, he didn't play good against Texas. I mean, because Texas is a pretty good team. You can't blame a guy for losing to Texas. They might go undefeated this year. They made the playoffs. 6.5, 7. I am laying with Bama. I think you read off Bama after the quarterback came over. He was a Notre Dame guy with his Notre Dame coordinator.
Terrible.
So he wasn't good in Notre Dame with the same coordinator. He's not good. Again, you throw a guy in for a spot start. College, I think it's like a coin flip. The guy could come in and look excellent. He could come in and look absolute trash. So, but the fact that he was already in this kind of system and now there's better guys around him and still garbage, overreaction. I think this is a 10-point Bama win. Listen, at 14-15, I'm taking Ole Miss. Any double. I thought this line was going to open at 12. I put it on Twitter. I'm like, Ole Miss plus 12, sign me up. So I was like, it could be 12. I'm like, probably. No, it opened up at 6.5. Wow, no way. I'll take Bama at that number. When is Bama? Bama hasn't been at less than a 10-point fave at home in probably a decade. I think that was against Florida State and Jameis Winston.
This has cat and mouse written all over it. I mean, if they want you to take Bama so bad. I mean, I watched that game last week with Alabama. But just scratch out the first half because it was weather. They really couldn't pass the ball. Second half, it cleared up. I mean, the backup is throwing sidearm. The third stringer is like throwing it up in the air. Doesn't even know where the hell the receiver is. He's throwing it on the sidelines. Like, dude, the receiver's that way. And, I mean, it's a total mess at quarterback position. Defensively, phenomenal. Special teams, phenomenal. Now, I'm already locked in Ole Miss plus 7. The only way Alabama covers this number is if they get a lot of defensive help. A defensive touchdown, possibly, but they're going to have to win the turnover battle. That is the only way. But overall, I don't see how quarterback advantage is. I mean, unless you have a quarterback, you're not going to be able to run the ball, make an offense. Give me Ole Miss. I'm very big on Ole Miss in this one.
1-2 against the spread for the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa. This game is Lane Kiffin, coach of Ole Miss. Also a very experienced head coach. Ole Miss, they are 3-0 against the spread.
And this also could be, it could be a last possession game and game-winning field goal type thing. 7's a lot of points. Ole Miss, I mean, this could be their best team yet in the past several years, and they just get better and better. And a lot of seniors on this team. Bama, they lost a lot of guys in the offseason. And their season's on the line here. I understand that. If they lose, they go 2 wins. They're not making the championship. And, I mean, how could you with that quarterback? They either lose this game or they're going to lose another game.
Ole Miss, this is their 3-game season, beat Merrimack 73-7. That's nothing to toss that out.
Yeah.
Tulane, 37-20. Tulane, pretty good team. Lesser conference.
That was skewed toward. I mean, you had a backup quarterback go for Tulane late.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Couple late turnover that kind of gets crazy at the end there. That's one of those box scores. It's like kind of not a lying, but it's not how the game played out when you see a final score like that.
I'm going to ride on that.
Georgia Tech, they had to come from behind a 48-23 win over the Yellow Jackets. That was a 16.5-point spread. They covered that too. Anthony, you like Ole Miss. I kind of like Ole Miss in this one too. Alabama is – are they the same Alabama? I don't know.
No, they're not. They're absolutely not. There's too many missing pieces, and they don't have a quarterback yet. I don't care who's starting the quarterback. You can't have confidence in the quarterback. Yeah, the only great thing is you're at home. Huge home field advantage. But 7 points is a lot of points. You're going to have to really step up on defense.
Mississippi offense number 11 in the country.
I got to see a bad loss here. Then I mean, they're 2 and I think Bama's on a 2-5 ATS run, which, when you're laying huge numbers, it is what it is. I mean, we'll talk about
they should never
next after this, so we'll talk about games like that. But
Alabama,
it's just tough rating the program off.
Third in the country.
Yeah,
Mississippi, the number 11 offense.
Oh, you also got to remember. I mean, like I said, there was bad weather in that USF Alabama, so it's still early in the season. Those rankings to me don't mean squat.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even look at that right now.
Yep.
But because that first half, if you couldn't run the ball, you weren't moving the ball. I mean, what was it, 3-3 after halftime or something like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, throw that whole first half out the window. But regardless, nobody can throw the damn ball.
Yeah, 25th in the country, Ole Miss for sacks. So you're able to generate pressure, but we're split 2-1 on this one. Moving on to the next game. This is Rutgers at Michigan. Rutgers getting 24 points. Michigan they haven't really covered the big spreads.
They're 0-3 against the spread.
0-3 against the spread. Their last 3, yeah. East Carolina, they had a little rough time there. They won 30-3, didn't cover the spread. I mean, maybe bookmakers just overvalued Michigan, their offense. But to me, I mean, J.J. McCarthy, man, that dude's going to be an NFL player. He reads good. He reads the defense is good pocket presence, good footwork, throws a nice ball. He may not be as flashy as guys like Shedeur Sanders and Caleb Williams, but McCarthy is going to be a good pickup for some NFL team. I'll tell you, he's kind of like a player like you find like Brock Purdy, who manages the game, reads the defense, makes the throws, doesn't get rattled. You watch
3 picks last week. Yeah, 3 picks all last season.
Bowling Green, baby. I had Bowling Green as my top play of the week. That was my dog of the day. That was my dog of the day last week. Bowling Green.
Yep. All right, so we got Michigan 24-point favorite in the Big House in Ann Arbor. Sean, you're rolling with Michigan, I think, or you like the under, I think, right?
I like the under. It's 24-43. I got to go under here. Michigan 30-3, 35-7, 31-6. Rutgers is going to bring a defense. And is this where Michigan's like, oh, we're going to turn it on this game? I mean,
could be.
Could be, but even then, what's that going to be? 40-3? I mean, it could still stay under. I mean, what?
You want to talk about bringing the defense? You got Michigan number 2 defense overall. They haven't played neither team has really played.
No, it's early, so you're going to have your cupcakes on the schedule.
Rutgers 20th overall in the country, so 2 pretty good defenses.
Both teams have all 3 games are also at home. So this is the first road game for Rutgers.
Yep.
And Michigan's still at home. They haven't been on the road yet.
Michigan went into the rack, right, Sean?
Last year, 52-17 against Rutgers. I call it the rack. It's always the rack.
That's the rack.
At basketball. Still, I always call it the rack.
It's still the rack, yeah.
In the COVID year, before that, this was a 2013 game. In 2021. 2013, not COVID. I guess it was the year after that. 20-13, and then the COVID 2020 was 48-42, a wild one. Rutgers is going to bring defense, and I just don't see a lot of scoring. I mean,
I don't either. That's why
the Rutgers team total is 9.5.
Oh,
there you go. The line is what? 24-25. The total is 43, and Rutgers is projected to score less than 10 points.
That's it, 9.5. Huh?
I kind of like the over now.
I like the team total over. Jeez.
Yeah.
Sign me up on the Rutgers team. Me and Tooch have been riding Rutgers the first 3 games of the season.
Yeah, I've had Rutgers too a couple times.
I mean, if you haven't been on the Rutgers bandwagon, you've been missing out. I mean, people are more worried about jumping on the Colorado bandwagon and sweating that one out. But
Rutgers are
me and
making us
Tooch
some
are
money.
sitting back and with the Rutgers at second half with a halftime up 17, 21 points on a -7.
Yeah,
we're good.
Nebraska on deck on the road. Trip to Nebraska up next from Michigan. So
yeah, they're going to be on the road for a while because they've had all these home games.
Nebraska and Minnesota back to back. Their quarterback is terrible.
Oh, they're awful.
Nebraska
They got a
offensive
good
line
defense.
not as good as advertised. Their defense is okay.
Yeah, their defense is good.
Yeah, give me Rutgers plus the points. I love the under in this one too, though. I'm with you, Sean, on the under.
Yeah.
I like Rutgers plus 24 and the team total over. He told me 10 points. I think they can get 10 points. I really do. I know they can get a field goal. The question is, can they get a touchdown? I'm going to say 1 touchdown, yes. UNLV got a touchdown. East Carolina got a touchdown. I don't think did Bowling Green get a touchdown?
Let me see.
No, 31-6.
Okay, so 2 of the 3 games they got a touchdown.
East Carolina didn't get a touchdown either. It's 30
Oh, they
to 3.
didn't? Okay.
But nobody scored more than 7 points. Only UNLV.
Okay, but
scored. But
I'll still take the
Michigan's offense hasn't been able to generate the points. That's been
Michigan. If you watch Michigan, they're not motivated, and you can tell. That's why I was all over Bowling Green last week. It was plus 40.5. So it didn't make any sense. Week 1, it was 31.5 minus, did not cover. UNLV minus 35.5, did not cover. Bowling Green minus 40.5. I was like, are you kidding me? They can't even cover 31.5 and 35. Why would they cover 40.5?
Just going through the motions right now.
Yeah.
Rutgers' first week of the season, they played Northwestern, which was a conference game. Then they played Temple, which is a regional rival. And then Virginia Tech right after that. And Virginia Tech put up 16 on them. Nobody else has scored more than 7. They've covered 3 times in a row. Rutgers scored 24, 36, 35. We'll see how much they can do on Michigan, but 24 points in the under seems like a good bet. Let's move on to Ohio State, going to South Bend to take on the Irish. Number 6, Ohio State. Number 9, Notre Dame. It's been floating back and forth, 3.5. High total though, 55.5. I don't know about that. I mean, Notre Dame plays some good defense. Ohio State defense not as good as in the past. Quarterback play not as good either for Ohio State. Sam Hartman seems to be doing pretty well for the Irish. Sean, I watched him play. He had some nice playbook, play action. Hartman seemed to move the offense down the field. Notre Dame plays some good defense. What do you like in this game?
I like the over. And gut play. I don't know what it is. Something tells me that Notre Dame's going to score some points. Ohio State, he started slow to Kid McCord there, but he's kind of getting a little bit together. Notre Dame, when I see them play, your SCs and Bamas and Clemson would never have bigger athletes, Michigan, whoever they're playing. Like, you just see points because they're going to give up points. They'll score some points, They'll put the points up with this Ohio State team. I like the over. It seems high, but yeah, I'm a believer. I think this game's going to play into the 30s. Somebody in the show there was like, oh, it was like 21-10 last year. Well, yeah, it was. Ohio State looked like they were
totally different teams last year. Different quarterbacks, different
quarterback. They were just offset. Because I had Ohio State. Like, I got a good number. I think I got 11 and went to 17. I'm like, I'm looking good at this one. I ended up not covering that. I'm like, why are you kidding me? I had a good early number, and they were just not in sync. So throw that out. Now you're game 3. Ohio State's finding their little throttle, their speed, whatever you want to do. Notre Dame's kind of in sync. They were all cylinders versus the Navy. They look good. NC State, nice win on the road there, whatever. Yeah, or North Carolina, one of them. Somebody, North Carolina played. I don't know who they played. But
NC
give me the over. And was it State? Yeah. I get confused. I know. I think NC has – who is – they play Who's their name got on deck this week? I thought they have like NC State on deck or something. Maybe I'm not.
They played NC State last 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
So it had Tennessee State 56-3 win North Carolina State. That was in North Carolina State, 45-24 for the Irish. And then they hosted Central Michigan, 41-17 win last week.
Oh, they got Duke next week. That's who they got. I know Duke's playing. I'm like, whoever's playing Connecticut, I'm like, oh, sign me up for the under in that game. They got Duke. They got Notre Dame on deck. They don't want to mess that up. Yeah, give me the over here.
Ohio State has played Indiana. At Indiana, 23-3 winner. Youngstown State, 35-7 winner. Of course, that's kind of a local rivalry as well. But Youngstown State, that's a FCS school, I think.
I would have been on that in college hoops. I would have been all
It
over
was
the Penguins.
it was one of those things where Ohio State took the lead and then they just ran the ball, run the clock out.
Yeah.
They were not serious. They didn't give a crap about that game. Like last week, I had Western Kentucky plus 30. Yep. They were down, I think, 14 or 17-0 going into about to go into halftime. 3 turnovers by Western Kentucky in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Scored 21 points. So next thing you know, it's 30-something to nothing going into halftime instead of 17-0. So don't let that huge score throw you off.
63-10 last week.
Yeah. They scored 3 touchdowns and they scored a crap load off turnovers.
I'm trying to figure out how Ohio State, it was 28-7 at the half, 35-7 at the end of 3. They scored with a minute and 40 seconds left. They threw for 359 yards in that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, McCord first half, 260 and 3 TDs, the game's over. And then you just have
because of those turnovers.
Milk the clock and just let it go.
He just slinged it. On Marvin Harrison Jr., that was like a 70-yard bomb.
Yeah.
It was a 40-yard bomb, if I'm correct. I mean, it was just quick score, turnover, quick score. I was like, oh, there goes
yards
my
for
cover.
Harrison.
Sean's on the over in this one, 55.5 total. Someone's got to get to 30.
I'm going to ride Ohio State on this one. I'm very biased. I can't stand Ohio State. I've been saying Notre Dame in my gut, but my gut is 101% wrong all the time. So I'm going to fade my gut and take Ohio State.
For me, I'll take. You give me 3 in the hook, I'll roll with Notre Dame in this one.
I don't hate that. It could be. I lean Ohio State too, but I won't be shocked if Notre Dame's free.
This is the season right here. If Notre Dame loses, you can kiss their championship out of the way. Ohio State.
Same with Ohio State. It's a playoff game. Whoever loses is out of the playoffs.
This is a heavyweight battle.
Yeah.
Who's got more to lose? I think Notre Dame has more to lose because I think this is finally they actually got a damn quarterback since who?
Rick Meyer.
God, I can't remember the last time they
Rick Meyer.
Casey Clausen? No, Casey Clausen.
That was summer. I was around there. They
Jimmy
had a quarterback around him.
Jimmy Clausen. Was it Jimmy Clausen?
Jimmy Clausen. But he was good for them. Ohio State, I mean,
Brady Quinn? Was Brady Quinn over there?
Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn, yeah.
Was on Notre Dame. Yep.
So they got more to. Ohio State has more to lose, but Notre Dame, this is by far their best team in a long time. So if they pull this win, I mean, they have a good chance of making the top 4.
Man. Notre Dame defense ranked 4th overall in the country, 24th for Ohio State offense, and then defense for Ohio State, number 3 in the country. Of course, they haven't played that great of competition, but like I said, it's hard to get data this early in the season, Sean and Anthony.
It is. So you play cupcakes, so it's kind of skewed.
At that stuff. Yep. I see who they played, and I go from there. I don't look at the rankings. I don't care who's 265th or 15th. I don't care about that.
Ohio State 2-1 against the spread this season. Notre Dame 2-1. 1-2 for Ohio State. 2-1 for Notre Dame. All right. Moving on to our last college game. Just plug my cable back in here. Moving back to our last one, my Iowa Hawkeyes going to a blackout game at night at Happy Valley. Iowa getting 14.5 in a low total here. I still like Penn State. I know my Hawkeyes. They don't score much on offense, Sean. The under, I don't know, man. I could see this one getting away from the Hawkeyes and Penn State putting up maybe 28 points. This ends up being like a 28-12 game. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I look at this, and this is like the Michigan game. A 14 spread, 38.5 points.
Yeah.
And listen, we know Iowa's going to bring a defense. Penn State's going to bring a defense. Where's the Iowa offense? Have they been holding it under lock and key for the last couple of years, and they're going to break it out today on like a whiteout game or whatever Penn State's got going on? I mean, I don't know. I like I don't want to say under. I actually want to lay the points for Penn State, believe it or not. As sick as that sounds.
Yep.
I want to lay the 2 touchdowns.
So
I like the quarterback. He's young. The under does stand out too, because you got a young quarterback, good defense, home. 2
good defenses.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you got the home team, you got home field, you got that all going on. But 38.5. I mean, is this game really going to be like 16-10?
My Penn State defense ranked 17th. The Hawkeye offense 122nd in the country. No
Yeah.
surprises there. Iowa defense 26th in the country.
That's something though, and like that Iowa offense, that's always bad. So that doesn't make a difference whether it's the first 3 games of 2023, 2036, or
The
1994.
Hawkeyes are banged up on offense. I like Penn State. I'd probably buy the half a point. 14. Give me Penn State minus 14. Just protect myself from a backdoor cover. Anthony, Hawkeyes.
I'm on
Lions.
Penn State. I locked in already. Penn State minus 14. They're 12-0-1 in their last 13 as a double-digit favorite since 2020 or something like that. I mean, 13 straight games that they have not lost against the spread as a double-digit favorite in the first Big Ten. So they're going to ride that. This is a perfect scenario. It looks ugly. Absolute ugly scenario. I mean, you want to take Iowa, but in Penn State, whiteout game, something's going to happen where Penn State will end up covering.
They want you to take 14.5.
They want you. It seems
Iowa.
like they're begging you.
They're begging you to take it. They know Penn State's going to win this game. Give me the Hawkeyes.
When I saw that trend, that was the winning trend. I was like, that is a gold mine trend. That's a good damn trend. I'm going to ride it.
All right, before we head over to the NFL, we got San Diego State hosted Boise State. I'm on the Aztecs plus 6.5. Any thoughts? Quick.
I have nothing.
Also like the under in that game. Air Force San Jose State.
I would lean just Boise there, but I didn't.
Give me the Aztecs at home with Brady Hoke. Get Air Force and San Jose State. I love the under in this game. I'll tell you, the line has moved down for San Jose State. San Jose State has got a quarterback. They got some good receivers they could throw. They're going to test that pass defense of Air Force. Air Force has a good defense, but they haven't been tested through the air. This is San Jose State's a team that can throw the ball. And
that's a game. If it's on Saturday, I'm not even looking. I'm still not even looking.
It's tonight.
I don't care. I don't want
9:30.
Not interested.
But Sean?
I gave it out on midday money as a free pick at the beginning of the week at a 4.5. So I think it's gone up to 6 though.
Yeah. You have Air Force or San Jose State?
Air Force at 4.5. But you mentioned the under. I always want to think an over here. I mean, you saw these guys put up points against USC, Oregon State, Toledo on the road, and that's why I kind of like Air Force here because you went to Toledo and played a tough game, almost pulled that out. You lose 21-17. And now you got a short week and home opener versus a team that you play all the.
San Jose almost beat Toledo on the road. They had one mistake at the end of the game.
I thought Toledo was going to roll them in that game. Honestly, I had Toledo minus a touchdown. I'm like, give me the Rockets at home. But that Toledo head coach, bro, if he has 10 losses, 8 of them was when he's like a touchdown or more favorite. They lose the most ridiculous games. It's terrible.
Yep. They lost to Illinois, which they should never have lost to Illinois. 2 touchdown lead in the fourth quarter.
Terrible.
Utah State, Air Force put up 39 points, but they changed their quarterback mid-game.
Yeah,
a bunch of turnovers. The score's a little bit skewed there. I know Anthony and I had the under in that game last week, but
I Utah State, so
we lost at halftime. I was like,
brutal.
My facial reactions during the podcast said it all.
Yep. All right, we're going. One big one I wanted to get your thoughts on: Florida State, Clemson. Florida State at Clemson. Florida State quarterback a little bit banged up for this one. Kind of like Clemson catching points at home, right? Or are they a favorite here? Yeah, they're catching 1.5.
I still don't know what to think about Clemson. This is a no play for me. I hope Florida State wins.
They got rid of DJ Ukulele.
That's probably the best thing they ever did.
Yeah, the other guy hasn't really come back. But Florida State, I don't know.
That's the problem.
Florida State as good as they almost lost to Boston College. Maybe they're looking ahead to Clemson in this one. Sean, any thoughts real quick?
I got Florida State here, minus 125.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, NFL. We have got the Broncos and the Dolphins, man. I like Miami here. I know Jalen Waddle's banged up for this contest. Russell Wilson playing good, though, Anthony. 47.5. This game kind of, to me, without Waddle and Denver plays some tough defense. Kind of like the under in this one. What are you thinking?
I would lean the under, but this minus 6.5. I'm having a real. I can't touch it. It's been 6.5 all week, and it's not moving. It just looks way too easy.
0-2 against the spread for the.
It looks way too easy
for the Broncos, though.
This is a stay away from me, but I would lean the under in this game.
Miami 2-0 versus the spread, Sean, this season. They beat the Chargers in LA. They went into New England. 2 wins on the road, Sean, for the Dolphins.
You have a spot where they come home, you win on Sunday night. Denver's looking desperate, right? They blow a game versus the Raiders. They're up 21-3. And now you get for me, the old tricky 6.5, because I see that and it's like, oh, bro.
Exactly.
Miami.
Well, I got to win by a touchdown.
Yep.
I got Miami already. I bet Miami early, and I think I got a 6 when it first opened up. I got 6s. And it's the same kind of thing, though. Like, you see that, like, just a touchdown. But where is the Denver defense? Like, I think they have problems on that defense.
It gave up 35 points to the Commanders, Sean.
They were up 24-3.
They were up 21-3 at the half, that makes it even more ludicrous.
Yeah,
now,
that makes it more worse. Yeah.
If Waddle's got a bad ankle, would it make a difference? I don't know. I mean, let's be honest, if you're a Bronco fan, you lose here, I think the season's over. And you're thinking to yourself, what do we do here? Like, I was high on Denver. I'm like, listen, give me Denver. I'm not going to take Kansas City win. Give me Denver. I got a new head coach. The defense is solid. Let's go. I got a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Danger Russ Wilson.
I didn't need him to be Danger Russ. I just need him to be a serviceable quarterback and just be a little better. I don't need him to be what he was 5 years ago. I didn't need that.
Yep. I like Miami minus 6.5.
I'm with you. Give me Miami.
I would lean Miami. I mean, how do you take Denver? But I just can't touch it. It just looks way too easy. The way the NFL is, and I've learned the hard way, if it looks too easy, it's a stay away.
Yeah, one guy you got to two guys on the Miami offense are playing really well. That's Tyreek Hill, Raheem Mostert. Those guys are faster than anybody else on the field. So I mean, kind of like that. Tua's been playing at a high level too. Give me the Dolphins. Let's see. We got the Saints heading up to Green Bay. Saints and Packers. Now this line movement here has been a little funky. It was open at what did this open at, Sean? Open at
2.
Green Bay minus 2. It's 1.5 now. What do you like? Here's our guy.
Foster's in here, yeah.
Red Sox. Sean, it's Red Sox.
What's that?
From our guillotine league.
I know he's in your guillotine league. Foster?
Yeah, hey Foster.
Foster's good. He comes in the shot. I like Foster.
Oh yeah, he's a big Barroom guy.
He's a big Barroom guy. You know, I'm a big Green Bay fan, and I had him in week
Green
1.
Bay in this one, right?
I'm week 2. I got him here. I got him again. I'm a believer.
Why are they only 1.5 point favorites? I don't get this. This is
because they blew a game. Because nobody. They think this is the same people who think the Bears are good and think the Lions are good.
I just don't get it. Why are the Packers like this little favorites every week? I just don't get it.
Because you got a young quarterback. They don't believe in him. No one's giving him a shot. I don't know. They have faith in like Desmond Ridder on the road. He's a 3-point dog. He's good. Desmond Ritter's good. Not the guy who sat behind the Hall of Famer for 3 years and will have a running back and a wide receiver back and they have a decent defense and the coach.
I gotta disagree with you on that. I'm gonna do the Dikembe Mutombo on you.
They don't have a decent running back.
Yeah, Aaron Jones comes back. Christian Watson might be back too. I like the Packers.
I don't think you said. I didn't say Ritter's good.
You said Ritter's good.
Well, no, he was sarcastic.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying, Ritter's good. He's getting 3 on the road, but yet this guy is not. He gets no love. I was just saying.
Jordan Love. He proved to me he's good. He's good.
I was saying like he's good. Like he's so good. He's a 3-point dog on the road. Like
Okay.
Bryce Young was a 3-point dog to Seattle next week on the road. I play on Monday night. I'm crowing across the country. I'm a 3-point dog with a rookie quarterback who's looked like trash. Is that a joke? I mean, Here we go. We got the Saints. Have the Saints look good? Oh, no. Derek Carr. No, hi, Tampa Bay. I'm going to cash at 10-1. I'm going to laugh in everybody's face. I mean,
I got to say, Jameis Winston looked better than Derek Carr as a quarterback for the Saints. Yes. Derek Carr hasn't done squat.
No. I mean, Winston, I don't know why the Jets aren't making a call to get Winston anyway. They should be.
Because he throws too many interceptions. They're better off with Zach Wilson just handing the ball off. You're not allowed to throw the ball, Zach.
Give me the Packers. This will be on my card.
Yeah, Packers.
Yep.
I'm
Packers.
I mean,
Green
if
Bay
it's a
all
sucker
day.
play,
Green Bay
if
all
it's a
day.
sucker play, then I'm a sucker.
Captain
Plain
check
simple.
down. Let's move on to the next game. We have got Chargers at Vikings. I love the over in this one, but it's been bet up, man. It's opened at 50.5, I think 51.5. It's up to 54. I still like the over in this one. Neither team is very good on defense. Two of the worst defenses in the NFL. Sean, both teams are 0-2. Somebody's going home 0-3.
Yeah, I think Chargers are going to get on that winless plane.
That's right.
The Vikings, again, I had them, or I faded them week 1. I didn't really like that much they're going on in week 2. I had the under in that Thursday night game. Nothing went right. Okay. Welcome to football. You can't catch every break. I'll take a shot here with this against the Chargers. I mean, Charger coach to me is terrible. He cost you games. Yep. I mean, all right, Herbert's great.
Vikings coach ain't much better.
You still have a new coordinator. Eckler's banged up already. I mean,
he's out.
He's out.
He's not playing. Yep.
Give me Minnesota here. I'll take Minnesota. Again, I got him at minus 105. I took him early.
This game. I'll probably put the over in a teaser with something else. Maybe the Packers. Maybe Packers plus 5 and the over 48 in this game.
All right.
Yeah, I like the Vikings on this one.
Anthony Foster's confirming your theory.
I definitely have.
You don't know that, Foster.
What one is it?
Gotta buy some Fab Retzoffs.
Who's this team in the guillotine Sunday? Who's he got?
You do got the worst team.
I know.
On paper.
Get some guys.
It doesn't matter.
Got to bid on guys if your team, fill those holes. All right. We're going to Sean, you're on the Vikings and the over?
I like the Vikings. Okay.
I didn't just the Vikings for me too.
All right. Patriots, Jets. Give me the Patriots minus 2.5 on the road. They're playing well. Bill O'Brien's coordinating the offense very well. You still got Belichick. People say Belichick wasn't the guy. It was Brady that was winning all those games. I don't care. Belichick's still a good coach. I hate Zach Wilson. Mac Jones, a much better quarterback. Both teams, good defense, but the over-under is 36.5. Man, I don't know. They're begging you to take the over in this one, Sean.
I like the over. I gave it out with Detroit Lions. I kind of like the over here because I think you're going to get some garbage mistake plays before it's over. But now, though, you might have a little weather coming through. There's a hurricane coming up from the south. It's going to hit in Washington, in this game. So now I could see, and the unders come down a point already. You're supposed to have like 15-mile-an-hour winds. I could see this being an ugly game now. I got New England on the opener, 1.5. And I got I think at one place I got just minus 130 for the game. I got a better quarterback, and that's all I need because the defenses, I think, are a wash because as good as the Jets are defensively, they might be a top 5 unit. New England's always a top 10 unit, but you're going against such a poor quarterback, it kind of elevates you a little more. So, give me New England here. Even at 2.5, if they're going to win, what's it going to be, a field goal game? It'll be a field goal game. They'll cover 2.5.
I'm on the Jets. I've been on the Jets since the line came out. +3. I already locked it in.
Well, but you know what? I don't. Again, we're on opposite sides. But I don't. That's a good play. They got crazy emotional win in week 1. They get humiliated in week 2, where Wilson again. The team was down. Not his fault that Dalvin Cook's fumbling the ball, and it was a close game at the half. What was it, 18-6 or 18? It was a close game. Yeah. But then all of a sudden you get down 25 or something. They throw a touchdown in. And you got to start throwing the ball. You're throwing the ball against crazy pressure in your face. You're going to make some. Aaron Rodgers could have threw 3 picks. I don't blame him for that. I'm a Wilson guy. I liked him. I wanted him to be the quarterback from day 1 there.
Anthony's betting against the streak. 10 straight wins for the Patriots versus the Jets against the spread. New England.
It's a situational system play.
As much as I'm on the other side, I like your play, Ant.
The favorite is -3 on the road. I'm always 100% going to take the home team.
Take a home
+3. Last week, Tennessee +3. It was the ugliest play on the board. Yep. Tennessee was down 14-0 right out of the gate. Came back and won.
Of course, with my under there, I had Well, I said it here. I think I said Tennessee. And
we all had
those
Tennessee.
Games. Yeah,
we all like Tennessee. It was the ugly hold your nose play. I didn't like it, but it was the right. It's the right play. It's not going to cash every time, but long term, those plus threes cash left and right. It makes me sick but it's true though. When you bet the NFL, it's not what looks the best. It's what happens.
Well, let's talk about double-digit spreads where the Chiefs are taking our hopes and the Bears. You got plus 12 and a half. It's come down a half point, Sean. The Bears, 2-7-1 their last 10 as double-digit favorites against the spread. The Chiefs, Sean. And you taking the Bears plus 12 and a half?
Come
bounce
on,
back.
What is the setup? This is a setup. He's setting them up. Because
we haven't seen
it up there for you. Lobbing it, knock it out of the park here.
We haven't seen a Kansas City good offense yet this year. This game, this is like the 44-10 game. This is where Kansas City offense is back. Like the Bears. What is going on out there with the coach? What did he get arrested for out there?
It wasn't. That was just an internet rumor, but he did resign. But look.
I don't know.
He called in sick, so Eberflus had to run the defense. Ironically, playing his version of the Tampa 2 down in Tampa where he got smoked.
They almost covered. I had Tampa Bay, but let's be honest. Yeah. I get a gift Fields because he's trashed, by the way, like he was coming out of college.
Gift pick 6 there in the fourth quarter.
But like, what are the rumors on him? Are you allowed to talk about it on this channel?
Absolutely.
I don't know what it is.
Everybody knows the team is trash.
I know that, but what about the coach? Is it like you hear something like that and you immediately think like child porn?
He's the next.
That was the rumor, but nothing's been confirmed. So until we know more,
because that's
so far it's just health related.
Anything is like when you ever hear the worst. When people talk about the worst, that is. Seriously, that's what your mind goes to. Some sick SOB doing something like that.
I can name all the wide receivers on the Chiefs, but.
Foster, does it make a difference? It doesn't make it. They have Christian Okoye rolling out there, and Elvis Grayback.
Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball. If anybody doesn't matter.
Christian Okoye and Elvis Grayback would be a 10-point favorite over this team.
Yeah, the story broke today that the Bears didn't pick Mahomes because they thought Trubisky was the safer pick. Can you believe that? With 13, Mahomes had played 50-something games in college or 40-something games in college.
To that defense, who the hell knew Mahomes was going to be this good? I don't care. You cannot.
You don't know. Here we go.
You don't know.
I did. I wanted the Bears to draft him 3rd overall.
You knew he was going to be a
I'm on record on the
Bears
Barroom saying I want Mahomes number 3 overall.
No, okay. Drafting, I'm saying you knew he was going to be this good overall.
That was my pick. I thought he was the best quarterback in that draft.
That's not answering my question.
Well,
the question I'm asking you knew he was going to be this good.
Well, that's kind of a good question.
Even if he went to Chicago,
the arm talent. You can't coach the arm talent, so I wanted. But you know what? The Bears would have ruined him.
If you're taking
exactly, they would have ruined him.
If you're taking the guy in the top 10, he better be turned into like a borderline Hall of Famer. Let's be honest. You take a guy in the top 10 quarterback, you think he's an elite quarterback. It's just that simple. So I'm going to side with Tooch on this, where if he says, "Hey, I thought he was going to be." Again, would he go to Super Bowl in the second year? The guy's a Hall of Famer. And
arm talent was there.
Oh, he's good. I'm not saying he's not good.
Escapability was there.
I never expected him where you can throw.
Read an NFL defense.
You can put a crap team in front of him, and he's going to turn it into a win. Is what I'm trying to say. You put Mahomes on the Bears. That's probably the one situation where I don't even think he can even overcome. Yeah, now you put him on the Texans, he probably
the Bears can never find a coach that can develop a quarterback.
No, they would have ruined him. So it's a good thing he didn't go to Chicago. In a way.
The thing is that like the Bears have struck out in the draft for years. We haven't had a blue chip player in decades. I said this on the show last Tuesday. The Bears Barroom Bear Their Soul show.
We're gonna get Caleb Williams or USC quarterback.
We'll ruin him too until you have a quarterback. Shedeur Sanders, ruin him.
No, Dion won't let him to go to Chicago.
Yeah, he'll hold out.
Yeah, he'll hold out. Or hey, you're gonna get a trade. You want to be traded. You're not playing for Chicago. They'll ruin you.
Yep. I said
I'm gonna coach Chicago. I'll be the Bears.
This is why the Bears. The best player they've drafted in a while was Roquan Smith, who's on the Ravens now. We traded Roquan Smith because we didn't have enough blue chip players. We traded our only blue chip player to get more blue chip players.
Yeah.
But we have 0.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what the Bears do.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
They can't coach. They can't develop a quarterback. You give Justin Fields to someone like Andy Reid, and he'll come back and kill us.
The only thing I'm going to predict out of this game is that DJ Moore touchdown. That's it.
And a camera paparazzi shot of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
I'm so sick of hearing about it.
That's my prediction.
Who cares about who he was dating? You know what I mean? These guys at ESPN have nothing better to do but talk about who's dating who.
Nobody's reporting on LeBron James' wife getting indicted for PEDs.
Anthony's got Tay CDs in his Camaro.
Is LeBron a Hall of Famer if he's on PEDs? If the baseball guys aren't Hall of Famers, how's LeBron a Hall of Famer?
You'll never hear about it.
They didn't even talk about it. His wife's going to jail.
Yeah. No, because he's the face of the NBA. They can't let that happen.
They're still in the defense wins championship mode. Yep. Bears ruined quarterbacks.
Well, you should have saw my face last week. Ruined everything.
Yep. What do you say? We give away some free plays.
Wow, we got there already. Cool.
Yep. Let's go. Anthony's free play here. He had he's got Bowling Green plus 3.5 versus Ohio. You had a MAC team last week, didn't you, on your card?
Plus 13. Now last week I had the Raiders.
Didn't you have you had Bowling Green last week.
That was my best bet of Michigan. That was my best bet of the week, yeah.
On your
plus
card.
40.5 versus Michigan, yeah.
I like this play, man. This is a MAC division game.
Bowling Green can pass, they can run. Their defense is okay, but I think they can keep this within 2 touchdowns at home. I'm not sold on this Ohio offense. I mean, they're not scoring a crap load of points. So, I mean, there's no reason why they can't. They might battle for the win here. Don't be surprised. Rourke hasn't played well.
It's in Ohio, right? Bowling Green on the road?
No, it's in Bowling Green.
Oh, is it? I love it even more.
Yeah.
I'm all over this play. Love it. All right, Sean, Memphis plus 6.5. Going to Mizzou, right? Columbia.
That's it.
Bounce back
off
spot
a bad spot last week. Didn't cover for me. And then I got Mizzou, who really stuck it to me because I had K-State any under. A 61-yarder. And text me, he hit a 61-yarder, and I got ESPN on one of my computers. It says he missed it. So I'm like, what the heck's going on here?
No,
refresh.
Missouri
That's ESPN
kicker.
for you. They can't report on real news, and they can't tell you who they kicked the field goal.
What a bad spot. You're off that crazy win.
This is a perfect spot for Memphis because everybody's going to be on Missouri. Oh, Memphis ain't a good team. They struggle versus Navy. Everyone's going to be on Missouri, so this is the perfect scenario, Memphis. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got my free play, Wyoming minus 3 versus Appalachian State.
The Cowboys.
It's hard to win in Wyoming.
It's
hard to win in Wyoming.
They play tough defense. They can score a little bit too.
I know.
Appalachian State
just ask me.
Too,
Texas Tech 17-0 in the first quarter, and you lose in overtime 35.
All three of us had that.
Yeah. The heck.
All right.
It was a trifecta loser.
We got Tooch in the lead here, 3-2.
A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Relax. 2 weeks in. 2 weeks into the season.
We're 6 and 9.
Auto fade my free play, guys.
6 and 9. All right. Well, how about a dog of the day too? We talked about it. Rutgers plus 24. Let's see what happens. 24 points, a lot of points, man.
This is one of two. I have one other dog, and this is my favorite. This one's my one of two. Yeah.
Wyoming pick, Tooch. Thank you. All right.
I like Sam Houston. Maybe money line. Sam Houston plus 10 against Houston.
Yeah, I like that play too. Houston has not been good this year.
Sam Houston is 2-0, and they've lost, I think, 16-0 and 13-3 or something, or 2-0 ATS.
Yeah, tough defense.
Wow.
Tough defense.
Yeah. Houston lost their starting quarterback, lost a bunch of players, so wouldn't be surprised.
Big rivalry.
Last year, I got a lot of messages saying thanks for the Florida Gators over the Volunteers pick, man, from us last week.
Never in doubt.
Yep,
never in doubt.
Easy
Right?
winner. That was the easiest game
That was
ever.
easy.
All right, I'm on my. All right, we're gonna have to hook up. David messaged me on Twitter.
You guys can go out. I want a photo of you guys going out like crossing your hands like this and eating like corn on the cob together. Like cheering corn on the cob, like rubbing your buttery corn cobs together.
Sean, do you drink beer at all? You like beer?
Nah, not really. I'm not much
really.
of a drinker.
Okay.
I like to eat. I'm a fat guy.
There's one place here called Bait Shop, and they do. They got a wall. They have 250 beers on tap. I think it's like the most in the country.
I like fruity drinks. I can do like a margarita.
They got ciders and
kombucha. Give me a nice frozen margarita, and I'm doing karaoke jams.
They do broasted chicken, man. So good. It's so juicy. It's like fried chicken. It's broasted though in the pressure cooker. Really good fried chicken. But yeah, all right, fellas. Any final words?
The farms out there in Iowa, right? Tooch. And it's they're going off the rails here. Guys drinking margaritas.
Margaritas. You got Mr.
Subway
Subway over here.
Right,
you got this guy talking about margaritas.
The Iowa Cubs.
Tooch and his freaking Subway.
I got the Iowa Cubs in town here, man. Got to see all those guys.
It's good Italian food for Tooch in Iowa for the Italians.
And he goes to Firehouse for his.
We got Italian neighborhoods on the south side, man. There's some good Tumea and Sons and the Latin King. My favorite's
Latin King. It's an Italian place, huh? The Latin King.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is. That's what it's called. It's Terzi. Terzi's Latin King. Yep. But it's been there since the 60s.
Are you sure it's Italian?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just
the Terzi family owns a lot of stuff here. From.
Why would they call it the Latin King? It sounds like a gang member.
1960.
Exactly. It sounds like a racist gang or something.
They are a gang, the Latin Kings.
They are now. Not back then.
But I'm just saying, if he's Italian, why is he calling the Latin King?
That's what I'm not. That's why I'm like, maybe he's not.
Italian is a Latin language. Italian is a Latin language. Anyways, Cosi Cucina.
Italians that.
Cosi Cucina is my favorite one here in Des Moines. Actually, it's in Clive, but
John Socrates with us tonight.
Really great Italian food there, and then we got tons of barbecue. Like California is the number one like farm produce producer. Iowa's number 2 for produce and chickens, pigs, all sorts of stuff. So we put out a lot of food from the breadbasket to the stores in America. But I love it here, man. I love it. I'm super happy in Iowa. All right. Any last words? Any last words, Sean, before we get out of here?
I'm just shocked. The place called Latin King. It's an Italian joke.
I'm blown away. That's all I can think of.
It's called Terzi's Latin King. Tursi. Terzi's. That's the family last name.
Whatever you
makes
say,
no sense to me.
Whatever you say.
He must be all right. He's been around for 60 years.
Graziano's Butcher Shop on the south side.
Graziano. That sounds Italian to me. Graziano.
That's the Italian sausage, man.
Now, if it was
get a little braciole.
If you go to a pizza spot here, they'll tell you on the menu we use Graziano sausages, and you're at a good spot.
Graziano's. I like the sound of that.
Italian sausage is the best there.
Yes.
All right. Anthony, any final words before we get out of here? You gave away some good picks and some tips.
I think all our free plays are going to win. I think we have a great shot of going 3-0 this week.
All right.
We don't have any Buffalo pick to ruin it this week.
That's right. I was like, Buffalo's one of the worst teams in the NCAA this year. But I thought Sean might know something. I don't know.
I mean, how is Liberty like a 2-point fave there? I mean, Buffalo they were down 27-3 against Fordham or Rhode Island or something. I mean,
Fordham.
Yeah, it's true though. Liberty ain't that good either.
The fact that they were down to Fordham, they deserved to lose that game.
There we go.
Hey, I gotta get all the back from all the Bears trash.
All the Tampa Bay been going against my Tampa Bay picks.
Oh my God!
They're
2-0. Tampa Bay. They're 2-0.
Tampa. This guy's mad at me.
Mayfield.
It's funny.
He's mad. He's mad at giving him Tampa Bay in August. Yeah, this guy's telling me to go get some Joe.
Oh man, I thought for sure the Vikings at home. I thought for sure that was a winner.
I'll never let you live down Joe Adell. Ian, as long as we know each other for the rest of our
I've
lives.
never liked Joe Adell. And you keep saying I like Joe Adell. At least I'm not invested in Wander Franco cards.
Is Wander Franco the guy that got booted off the Rays?
Yeah.
Child molestation.
Oh my god.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I mean,
It's alleged. Yeah.
I got a pile of Wander Franco.
The Dominican, they can marry young with parents' permission or something like that. He probably thought he was still in the Dominican, right?
That's all. I mean, if there was pictures of him at a bar with this chick, how are you 15 years old? I mean, unless he said, "Hey, I'm 15." I mean, I'm saying if you're in a bar drinking and I pick you up and he's only 20, it's not like he's like some 40-year-old man. Come on.
Reminds me of that baseball movie. I am 15 with the in crayon. In crayon.
Oh yeah. For Little League, I'm 15.
Yeah.
Socrates was Greek, though, not
You like that, John Socrates? Greek, but Greek's really a Egyptian language. It's Sanskrit. I'm glad you caught that, Foster, because these guys didn't catch what I called them John Socrates.
Foster, you don't miss nothing, man, I'll tell you. All right, fellas, let's get out of here. We'll see you next Friday. Thanks, everyone, for being here.
Good luck, everybody. Take it easy.
Good luck.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction.
Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible.
Invincible hustle, mighty desire.